returned, Mr. Bond, to my lair where we will be discussing more video game and fighting game stuff. We are going to be talking about the recent Mai gameplay tutorial footage that Capcom releases. I can't wait to see how she plays because based off of the original, trailer that I analyzed to death from a couple of weeks ago, like she looks really strong. So Mai is a quick character that bedazzles opponents with superb mobility and tricky projectiles. She has a wide array of techniques that make it difficult for opponents to pin her down. If she turns out to be a very projectile-heavy character and can succeed in Street Fighter 6, I think that would be awesome. That would really, open the doors for potentially making someone like Sagat really scary in this game if he ever shows up. With Kachousen as your main attack, look for openings to use drive rush and slip inside. Hit and run tactics can be an effective form of offense. If you are old school East Coast player during the Eddie Lee days, that's probably what you would be seeing out of this character. Hit and run and just how do I hit her? We saw a little bit of that, the Kachousen right here. So that's the light Kachousen there. Oh God, so this, okay, they'll get into it a little bit more. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Kachousen. A technique that sends forth a spinning fan. Hold down the button to change its properties, useful for attacking opponents at range. So regular fireballs you can see over here, and Mai says, throw a cute traditional fan at an opponent. The light, medium, and heavy versions all come at different speeds. They're a great way to control space, but lose out to other projectiles in a crossfire, and strikes can knock them down. So there we go, we see the light fan, and this thing is slow as hell, holy crap. Like this is almost Aki speed here, right? That's kind of interesting, but obviously the weakness is being that you can actually hit it out of the air. So if you don't even have a projectile, you can strike it out of the air. And it loses to other projectiles, as they just demonstrated here. We've been talking about, can she be a strong projectile character? Obviously that feels like, well, that's gonna show that it's not the case, but let's keep watching. And there you go, you see Chun-Li just standing medium punch it right out of the air. But these fans have a fabulous secret. Hold down the button to change their properties. They can't be knocked down by strikes, and if they find their mark, they'll pop up into the air and drop down for another potential attack. And now she charges. Ugh. Now, what's gonna be tricky about this, honestly, is the charge timing is not like super obvious. So I think the only real way is if you're paying very close attention to her to make sure she charged it, or you hear the different voice. So again, regular fan is Kachousen. And so you hear the different audio from her voice. So that might be one of the things that you're gonna have to be paying attention to know whether the fan is gonna bounce up or not, if you didn't happen to catch whether she charged it or not. The height that the fan pops up depends on if you're using the light, medium, or heavy version. Get a good read on when the fan will fall, then rush in at the same time for a beguiling offensive flurry. And this is freaking scary, dude, because her voice line doesn't change. You have no way to know which fan she did. This is going to be terrifying. Because that light one is nasty, right? Like, obviously, the later ones, like the heavy one, you can probably dash forward. Even the medium one, you could dash forward and probably avoid it. But I don't think you're gonna be getting away from the light version. Now you have to react to how high the fan is bouncing up, like, it's just gonna have to be an at the moment, like, reaction thing. Obviously, if you do the quick one, it's gonna be harder for her to take advantage of that from distance by drive rushing in. But if you're expecting the quick one, it's the tall one, and you're like, well, you didn't get ready to like dash forward or try to get out of the way or even walk forward or something like that, and then she drive rushes in, you have to hold that pressure. So this is gonna be really tough. Right, if the startups are even different at all, like there's just no way to tell. I think this is gonna be a really powerful tool. Obviously, works best a little bit at ranges, but she will have setups where she can do it in the middle of sequences. Not knowing which one she's going to do is, in my opinion, one of the strongest things about her. As they said, you can't punch these out of the air, so I think this will be strong. I don't know if they mentioned anything about whether projectiles will erase through charged fireballs. We'll keep watching and see if that actually happens here. They don't even go different speeds. Oh, the Overdrive versions throw a multi-hitting fan without having to hold the button. You can move immediately after throwing the fan, giving you the chance to dictate the pace. So yeah, again, this is the OD one is just pow. She comes out, fast speed, bounces off, and now you've got the mix-up. This one might be only one height. I'm not sure if it's gonna make a difference if the different combination of normals that you use, but obviously you can see the example that they give here. Bounce up, she has enough time to double dash into crouching light kick, and then the fan hits afterwards. The hit stun is longer, so she combos into standing heavy punch. Obviously that's a double dash. If she drive rushes, there is potential probably for her being able to get drive rush overhead or drive rush low to make it a true mix-up. The fan coming down, they didn't say it here, but I can almost guarantee, 99% guarantee, will not hit high. I am pretty sure you can low block the fan coming down. So it's not gonna be an unblockable situation. If it was, it would be too strong, which is why I don't think it's gonna happen. Now, standing and blocking it is gonna be more important because you get rid of it earlier. If you crouch and block, it has a little bit more time to travel down, so it'll hit you a couple of frames later, which means Mai has that much more time to get in on you. So standing and blocking it might be the preference if you're not scared of a mix-up situation. Oh God, this mix-up is crazy. Well, I mean, that one right there was that was low block right there, right? So we just saw it right there. Yep, so there you see low blocking that fan. So yeah, it's not an overhead. It's not an overhead. Hold down the buttons to throw a pair of fans, but these ones won't pop up in the air. Afterwards, press forward plus punch to transition to Midare Kachousen to throw 2 more fans for a total of 4. Yeah, so you can just throw the 2 fans like this, and obviously they won't pop up. And if you remember seeing from the video from last time, these fans like went through everything. I think like Ryu charged up the Denjin fireball and it still went through those, right? So it's gonna have a lot of durability here. But yeah, so then you can do the follow-up, and then the follow-up throws out, oh my God, like, dude, that's so gross. Dude, look at that. Yo, but my question is this. Is that gonna take an extra drive gauge? Is that like Luke? Is that a situation where it's gonna be like Luke, if you throw the first 2 and then do the follow-up, it drains 1 extra bar? Bliss says it doesn't. So you've seen footage of her doing that, so it doesn't, huh? Wow, okay. This is gonna be scary. But you know what's really cool about this? One of the things that we've lost in a lot of the modern Street Fighter games is meaty projectile pressure. For a lot of knockdowns that Mai has, if you've got the meter, one of the best things might be to knock them down, dash back, and then throw out a meaty OD, right? And so you throw out the meaty OD, and you can see that the last fireball is so fast that it eventually catches up, right? So, like, it looks like there's a gap there, but look how much that OD last one catches up. That's gotta all be a true block string. So if you can get at a range where you throw that as a meaty. Now you can just dash up and get free pressure. You can probably drive rush for free pressure. And that looks like it's a combo on block. I don't know if there's a true block stun. There might be a gap between these here. So that's a hit right there. And if we see this, yeah, that looks like it's a combo. If you get hit by it, it's a combo. On block, it might be a gap, so you might have to be careful of people trying to mash through that. This is gonna be really strong. This is gonna be really strong. Ryuuenbu. Spin once before sending forth a fiery blaze. Easy to use as a part of a combo when canceling from a normal attack or to control space. If the tip of the light version is blocked, the opponent cannot counterattack back. This means it's best used from mid-range. Remember that well. So yeah, the light one is just gonna be really good for this kind of zoning and pressure kind of situation. But as Mai says here, both the medium and heavy versions hit twice and are spicy ingredients for any combo. After the heavy version hits, your opponent will be launched and you can follow up, but it doesn't hit if they're crouching. So when I was watching the previous trailer thing, I was like, what is the weakness to this move? So not hitting crouching is going to be the thing that makes it a little bit, you know, you have to make sure they're standing or find a move that forces standing position here. But you see right there, it gets the DP afterwards, and you see it whiff on crouching character. For the Overdrive version, you launch the opponent into the air with a strong attack that hits 3 times and gives you the chance to follow up. So yeah, it's 3 hits here, and the fiery heart of this technique strikes even crouching opponents, making it a cinch to use. Remember to call upon this attack when you want to make a statement. So in other words, if you ever do one of those fan pressures, land an overhead link off of that, you probably want to go into the OD version of this to make sure they're to make sure that it will hit them so you can launch them and get the follow-up. We'll have to look at the frame data and see if the heavy one doesn't combo off certain buttons as well and only combos off of drive rushes. The OD one might be faster. In certain situations off certain buttons, you might have to use the OD one to get the combo anyway. We'll see when she comes out. Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi, Deadly Ninja Bees. Cartwheel forward before jumping and striking with a vicious elbow. Easy to use as part of a combo when canceling from a normal attack. This is definitely gonna be her combo ender tool. This is gonna be her main combo ender. I love that fan spin. It's so good. The light, medium, and heavy versions travel different distances. This is the best technique to bring forth when chasing down an opponent to the corner. You see the light version right there. This is the medium version. Still doesn't hit Chun-Li, but the heavy version will make it all the way across the screen and hit. If the elbow was blocked too deeply, then your opponent can lay in a counterattack on you, so discretion is advised. Perhaps use it in a combo or from a distance as a surprise attack. And so yeah, so this is what I was talking about the last time was, I wonder what the frame data is gonna be if you can get it to hit as late as possible. Can she be plus? Can you make this so that it's plus? Or is it the best you can do is just to make it safe, right? And as you can see here, the light one didn't really give good frame advantage here, right? So if she hits you with the light one here like this, like, do you have time to backdash and throw a meaty OD fireball? You might have to throw a meaty fireball right there and then, but then I don't know if there's too much of a gap between the second fireball and the last 2 fireballs at the end. Again, we'll all find out about this in just a few days, so. Oh, you mean the text down there for us? The English is nicely worded and easy to understand. They've done a good job with this, so. And then the Overdrive version, send your opponent flying up diagonally on hit. From there, it's a 2-for-1 special, as you can follow up with jumping medium punch into 1 more follow-up attack. And this one is just so cool. This is, like, dude, like, yeah, she recovers in a jumping state and can still do an action. So even if it misses, you can still do stuff on the way down. But then on hit, look at that, you get the combo, dude. That's so cool. That's so cool. I can't wait to see what you can do with that. Hishou Ryuuenjin, a rising flipping knee strike followed by a flaming kick. This is her DP. useful for countering an opponent's jumping attacks or as part of a combo. Once you've swept your opponent off their feet, it's only polite to greet them with a welcoming strike. Use the light version up close and medium or heavy from a distance. What it does is it puts you up into the air, and then she has a move that is like a hawk dive. The cool thing is the OD that takes her up into the air. Oh, frame meter's so good. Combos or follow-up attacks are easy to slip in after the heavy version of Ryuuenbu. Just be careful not to miss, as you may take a nasty counterattack if it's blocked. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I see. So when they were talking about this early, I was talking about the DP. So it's, that's not the DP. Oh wait, that is the DP. Did they go to the next one already? And I just missed the transition to the next move? Yeah, so that's the heavy one over there. Oh, after the heavy version, combos or follow-up attacks? Okay. Oh, I see. They're just showing using it as a combo afterwards. Got it. Okay. See, that one right there, if you look at this sequence right there, you're at a good distance that maybe potentially throwing an OD fireball right afterwards would be really good. So there we go. DP into OD fireball right there might be perfect for meaty true block string. They can't wake up level 1 and obviously can't DI because there's too many hits, and you will get a free offense with the OD follow-up at the end. I'm trying to figure out why you would ever not want to do that OD follow-up at the end. It's so, like, why would you ever just want to throw the 2 and not have that follow-up? I'm not sure, but again, we'll see when she comes out. The Overdrive version is invincible to attacks, so go wild with it, especially when you need to turn the tables. And yeah, so she has a wake-up DP. She has a wake-up DP, so she's blessed. Musasabi no Mai, which is the air dive here. While airborne, diagonally descend with a powerful attack, or with a powerful tackle. Useful for making surprise attacks or as a way to counterattack someone after dodging a projectile. Surprise your opponents by changing your jump trajectory, which is always a very powerful thing to have. And attacking with this. If you aim for the opponent's feet, even if it's blocked, they can't counterattack. But don't wear out your welcome, or you may get countered easily. As a standard dive kick, you can hit them in the shins. You'll be either safer, plus what they demonstrate here is it seems like it's gonna be, you know, I wonder how easy it's gonna be to hit out of the air. Right, Tuhalu? Yep. So obviously she uses the DP, which is air invul. She uses the Tenshokak to beat it out of the air, but that has air invulnerability. So I'm curious how easy it's gonna be just to jab out of the air or something like that. You can make some pretty combos after dropping an airborne opponent with a jumping medium punch, or after launching off of them with Hyenren Kaku, and that's the target combo thing that she has. So you can also do this, the auto combo. So yeah, you can do that combo right there. Hidden opponents, the Overdrive version, hidden opponents standing on the ground to launch them into the air and follow up with another attack. Try following up with heavy Hishou Ryuuenjin or Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi. So that obviously knocks them up. I remember when we were watching the video, it looked like it caused the ground bounce, but that might be an air-to-air interaction. So if you hit them off the ground, it might just pop them really high up. But air-to-air might be the one that causes the ground bounce. After hitting an airborne opponent, try canceling into Air Cho Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi to score damage. It's more delicious than my New Year's dishes. Oh, what a perfect timing, too. 新年快乐, everybody, by the way. Lunar New Year. Yeah, 恭喜发财. So let's talk about the supers here. Kagero no Mai. Set the immediate vicinity ablaze, effective as an anti-air against jumping attacks or as part of a combo. Once performed, it adds 5 flame stocks that boost the power of Mai's special moves and super arts. Oh man. What this art lacks in horizontal range, it more than makes up for it in vertical reach. It's also invincible to throws and strikes. Proper use comes in the form of close-range anti-air situations and when you need to turn the tables or burn the tables, am I right? Anyways, here we go. And now they'll show it again, and you'll see as a wake-up, and now because it has the flame stocks, it does the multi-images. So you see the shadow Mais out there. Bam, like that. Perform this technique to acquire flame stocks, which are used to boost the proficiency of special moves and super arts. The flames of passion shall pummel all those before it. And so yeah, look at her, look under her life bar over there. Boom. So you see that? So right next to the drive gauge, there's nothing there, but as soon as she activates it, boop, right there. And so as you can see, it actually shows up as soon as she activates it. So if somehow you get hit out of your super, you still have the flame stocks. Maybe it does get more horizontal range when it's flamed up. The hardest part is they don't really go into detail about the flame stocks here, which is interesting. So we're gonna have to discover a lot on our own here. Oh, dude, everybody wants that character select costume. I was joking earlier when I said that Mai is taking the internet by storm. Casual Mai has been just defeating everybody across the internet. It's crazy. I showed him getting sucked in. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Yes, Flashy Flash, a 1-bar install. Kimberly is kind of mad about that. So you can see that now all of a sudden, like, the fireball here, it's a 2-hit fireball now. When charged up by flame stock, you can see on the left side of the screen near the Mai art over there, says 2 hits. And then Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi looks definitely very different. You can see the different versions over here. They don't show a lot, but they do show that Cho Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi, her level 2, now just zips across the room. Holy crap, that's far. If you really want that costume, just wait like an hour and there'll probably be mods for it already. Whoever gets that mod out in a quality fashion first is going to be the hero of the internet. The follow-up with the flame stocks wasn't a combo. It was just showing that it looked different. Yes, it refreshed to 5. It refreshed to 5. We definitely saw that. Cho Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi and Air Cho Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi. Rush forward in a ball of fire with a devastating elbow strike. A versatile move that can get around projectiles, be used in combos, and serve as a potential counterattack. I can't wait to see just how many projectile invulnerable frames it has, because the way that it shows here is very close range. So I don't think it's gonna be projectile invul the whole way, because that'll be messed up. We'll see. Like, see right there, it was like right away. There are a variety of uses for this invincible charging technique. Its long range allows you to snuff out opponents away from you, and it can barrel through projectiles. It also has a home in many combos. There you go. And that way, that combo shows that it's a level 2, so you can't cancel into a level 2 because that wasn't an OD version of Ryuuenbu, but you can just link right into it, so that's very useful to have. Cho Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi can be performed while airborne. It's easy to use as part of a combo from special moves. And of course, I love how they just keep showing up random taunts in the middle of that. And her taunt actually makes her go forward too. That's crazy. It's so cute. Holy crap. It's so cute. But God, you know, are these taunts gonna do any sort of secret hidden thing? Because they're doing a lot of cool things. Now, there is footage of a really crazy secret hidden thing on one of her taunts. I'll talk about that in just a second. You'll find this technique is primarily used in combos as it lacks invincibility. Oh, the air one has no invincibility. That's good. Perform this from Overdrive Musasabi no Mai or Overdrive Hissatsu Shinobi Bachi for optimal results. Not much frame advantage, but obviously you can definitely get pressure off of that, but doesn't seem like it's gonna be a lot of crazy setups off of that. Shiranui Ryuuenbu Arazakura. Lift the opponent into the air and blitz them with a series of elegant but stinging attacks, effective as a close-range reversal or as a damaging move in combos. This is the greatest technique in my arsenal. Call for it when you need to get big results. Utilize its invincibility to turn the tide of battle, but be careful not to miss. So the version that we saw in the previous video is the regular super level 3 version of this, where she straight Sephiroths you after turning into evil Mai, and you fall down. But here's the CA version. And what's cool about this one, someone mentioned this, but the way that Street Fighter 6 is willing to make the enemy try to hit you in the middle of supers like this is kind of neat. So they make it look more like an old kung fu movie kind of thing. And then watch Ryu, like, ugh! And then he tries to punch you. And nope. But yeah, see, like, the fact that they actually try to make the other character hit you is kind of one of the cool things about it. The hard part is you can't see what she does here. So like, is she literally just like stabbing you in the chest with her fan and like now you have a giant gaping hole in your chest? I don't know. Oh, she does the elbow, right, yeah. And so there you go. Oh, yeah. The koto. The koto or the shamisen. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, that's the Asian instrument here. There have been events where she has been playable, and at one of the events, they showed that one of her taunts is that she starts singing. Speakers pop up, she grabs a microphone and starts singing, and at the end, she does a pose, and all of a sudden, like, the lights or something, like, start shooting out like fireworks or poppers, but they can hit you. Like, if you let her do the whole taunt, apparently that stuff actually can hit the opponent. The person died. I don't remember how much life they had, so I don't know if it's like G where it just like instantly decimates you. Again, really cool touch to Capcom for doing funny things with the taunts in this game, right? I just think it's so cool. I still love the Bison countdown taunt, but then they changed that to now also power them up, right? I think that's really cool. Terry and Mai, they've definitely put a lot of love in, you can see it.